We are live. Hey, what is up, William? We're going to be talking about kickers tonight, every single one of them. And, guys, it's Friday. I'm a little late, but I know you guys are excited for the show, and we are in the Kicker Cave. Welcome. I'll see you guys in 3 minutes.
So we kicking it with Andy, right? You know what that means. We living loud. Hanging out tonight, having a little bit of technical difficulties, but when aren't we? We got a lot of bells and whistles all going at the same time, and when you got multiple woofers, multiple amplifiers, sometimes it goes booming the wrong way. We like it to go booming the right way.
Livin Loud with Andy.
And the show can start, I guess. Here we are. We're live. We're direct. Thank you guys for being here tonight. I appreciate you. And Garrick, hope you're feeling better. And 2K, it's coming today. Congratulations on just hitting that milestone, man, and keeping up with the YouTube career. Thank you for being here, man. You know, you just got to look at it, William. You know, whenever you're in doubt, you just got to look at it. That's all you can do. Thank you for being here, Will. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate everybody hanging out with me tonight. How is your Friday going? Oh, would you look at that? It's going already. Would you look at that? BT gifted 10 memberships to the viewers for the Green Team.
Green Team.
Ah, yes, the clipping. Thank you, Brian. Appreciate you. Gifted more people memberships to the green team and getting Cookie Monster's feet just warming up for leg day. I mean, every day is leg day here. And yeah, that's probably going to go on for at least 3 minutes. It seems like it's 30 seconds per dollar. Thank you so much, BT. Appreciate you always being here and supporting the channel and just being a kicker brethren. Thanks for hanging out, and thank you for the gifted memberships. Would you look at that? You just got to look at it. Appreciate you, man, and thank you for donating. Let's see, leg day, leg day. He's he's going. He is pumping the iron, man. I don't know if I got that. No, I don't have it over there. Let's zoom it in on over there. There we go. It is moving. Thank you, Brian. Appreciate you, man, and getting that woofer going, man. You know, it's not too bad to get your legs flexing once in a while, and maybe your woofer too. Scott Dilbeck from SD Designs donated $5. Number 5 is alive.
Hey! Would you look at that? Oh my gosh, just look at it. Just look at it. You gotta look at it this way, okay? You just gotta look at it. That's all you can do anymore.
Thank you for tuning in, Scott. Thank you for the super chat. And man, I'm just glad that you're here tonight. And I got to give kudos to Scott and Casey. They honestly jump-started my live streaming career with the Rolling Thunder podcast every Friday. And this show was just the afterthought. And thank you guys so much for being the building block in that. And thank you for being here tonight, man. I hope you're doing well, buddy. Appreciate you guys. Scoot, Mr. B. Blake. Hey, y'all. How is it going? Professor Blake is in the building. If you got any questions, and the ones that I don't know, we usually ask Professor Blake. Hope you're doing well, man. Thank you for being here. Mike Annusation, what is up? Yes, it is going full tilt boogie over there, man. It is just going. And, you know, it's only a little amplifier on that thing. And with the free air design, that thing just kind of just goes. Plus, it's a lot of wasted information. I love how it just interacts with the super chats. And every dollar is 30 seconds. Keep that kicker kicking, man. Thank you for tuning in, Mike. Appreciate you, man. Blake says, I shall forever curse YouTube for not sending me the live notification. I know it's okay. And that's the thing with YouTube. Even if you hit the bell and you make it ring for all the notifications, if you got a lot of notifications, they get lost. But every Tuesday in your time, 7:30 Central. Thank you for tuning in, Blake. I appreciate you, man. Scott Dilbeck is the man. I know Garrick over there loves his Sky High car audio and just, you know, the whole thing with that, man. And him and Scott go way back. That's awesome you guys are here tonight. Hit the bell, Blake. You gotta hit the big bell. And John, hey, McGoogle, you put my large forehead on the live. I'm sorry, man. When we were sitting here in the studio testing the trailer for Tuesday, he's sitting over here, he's like, man, look at my forehead, it's huge. I'm like, bro, it ain't that bad. It's just a camera. It adds 10 pounds or 10 dBs, whichever way you want to look at it. Thank you for being here, man. And John loves the L7S. That's what he has in his car. And I feel like the L7S, the one that's flexing over here, has been the staple of the square kicker. I mean, you know, the solo barrack design. And they have a few different options now with that, with the R and the Q. And I seen that on Kicker Club where a guy literally said, hey, why do they even have the R? And I feel like that kind of like kickstarted this show title and topic, because there's a reason for every level, even though it's square and it's got more or less power handling. Is that it? What is it really designed for? And I seen one comment, one question, or one answer on it, and it was like, well, it's a little bit more efficient. Bingo. And there's more to it than just that, but it definitely is, man. Thank you for tuning in, John. I know you love your L7s, and this guy's the one who got me addicted to it. I heard it in a sealed box, and I'm like, ooh, I like that sound. I like the look. I want one. Thank you for hanging out, Cedric. How is everyone? I hope everyone's having a great Friday night tonight. And please be safe on your weekend rendezvous. It's my daughter's birthday party tomorrow, so we're going to be all Coralined up and Halloween-y themed, and it's going to be awesome. She's turning 14 soon, and it's just celebrating tomorrow. And here, not in the studio, but here. And it's going to be awesome. Happy birthday, Aaliyah, ahead of time. Thank you for being here, Cedric. Oh, Scott, he got the bug now. He's like, all right, I started this other podcast. I'll just do them all. I'll do Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. I'll do them all. All right, so he wants to bring back the Rolling Thunder. If you guys would want to see the Rolling Thunder podcast come back, just type Rolling down below. Or just smash the like, either one, because we got 17 likes right now on YouTube. You guys are awesome. Thank you for being here. The support, financially, the thumbs, the viewership. Thank you, guys. And I'm all ears, Scott. I know we already got the new intro. We're ready to go. And we got to give Casey a call. You know, I feel like Casey's the one where we got to get him on board. Thanks for being here, man. I'm excited to hear that, honestly. Randy G, does high impedance rise? Box rise. Man, that woofer just keeps going. I'm going to be like Steve. The suspension on a Kicker L7S is the bees. It's just taking it and it's still tight. And it's like, you know, it's staying linear. It's awesome, man. So with the box rise, whatever you want to call it, the impedance curve, when a woofer moves, it changes. It goes up and down, mean a more efficient enclosure. For example, wire to 1.3, but rising to 6.3 LOL. You know, honestly, yes. And what it comes down to more than just that. It is an efficient enclosure, but it's also just kind of not needing all that power in a sense to make output. And that's efficiency, but it's more than just that. But yes, a good box, you know, a more efficient box is usually going to make a little bit more output. Sometimes they inherently tend to be bigger and maybe play a little bit lower. And there's all different spectrums, but still you get what I'm saying. 1.3 to 6.3 is a very efficient enclosure. Your rise is like literally times 6, times 5. And a good enclosure is usually going to have around 3 to 4 times your starting load from that 1.3. So to 6, that's good, man. And it's not just that. And that's one frequency, and it all depends what you're trying to do. But if you're talking watt for watt, yeah, man, that box is very efficient. And people are going to be upset with that. Man, I need a bigger amplifier. And that's all you have to do. You just have to have more power. And that's why I tell people is to have more power than you think you need. You got to keep it clean, though, just so whenever you say, hey, man, I want to give it to beans, you can. And it just keeps getting louder, but you got to play it within reason, man. Thank you for being here, Randy. Appreciate you. Thanks for tuning in, bud. There's Fago, not El Fuego, saying, I love my L7s, but going for a Solo X next year. Man, you know, the L7s, they are a staple. We've talked about it. But again, the Solo X, I feel like these were more similar to the L7S, a little bit more travel, a little bit more power handling, especially compared to the L7 maybe back then. But now it's such a jump. It's like this thing is a high excursion woofer, and it's efficient, you know, for being that. I'm not saying it's the most efficient woofer Kicker has, because there's a lot of them that are pretty much every single one is almost more efficient in some regard, just because it's a lighter driver. But it has a little less potential. It doesn't have as much excursion. Thank you for tuning in, Fago. Hey, it's all good, John. We do it for the last. I'm glad you're here tonight, man. I am glad you're here. K20 Turbo Kid, the Kicker Q line seems perfect for sound quality setup, and that's the thing. Q is in the name, quality. Not that other Kicker drivers don't have quality, but if you're looking at every single product they have on the subwoofer line, the Q is their more SQ-oriented woofer. And SQ, sound quality, sounds good. Maybe just call it SG, you know? It just sounds good. It's not just, it's just a sound quality woofer. It has no excursion. It's not going to put out any bass, and it's just for a sound quality kind of audiophile thing, like open back earphones, like maybe they don't have bass like people are looking for. This thing's still going to have a lot of bass, you know? So I would say it's more of an SG, and S sounds good. And they all do sound good, but it's going to sound the best. Maybe an SB sounds best. And that's even relative too, but still, it comes down to what you're trying to do with it. But yeah, man, they are the top tier next to the L7X now that the L7X is out, but that's a whole different animal, man. But yes, sound quality for sure. If you want something that has maybe a little bit lower of an FS, meaning that you can put it into maybe a little bit smaller of a sealed box and have a lower tuning, it still will work perfectly fine. You know, and that's the thing you got to look at. It's more than just the FS, but it does have a big dictator in how well it's going to perform with what sealed box you put in it. When you have a ported box, it's a lot different and there's a lot more variables involved. Thank you, K20 Turbo, for tuning in. Rolling Thunder. Would you look at that? Would you look at that? Thank you for being here, CAE. Let's see. You know what, Scott? I could probably pull you in now. I am kind of set up for it, but I would have to fire up StreamYard because I'm still using that, even though I'm not even live on StreamYard right now. Yeah, I don't know. I thought about it to bring someone in. I was thinking about it because I'm coming up on my 250th live stream next Friday. So that I was thinking about bringing people on. I don't know. Either way, something to celebrate again, and I want to test. We got EXO coming on. We got EXO coming on. Not this Tuesday, but the following Tuesday. Thank you for being here, Scott. What's up, Andy? Thank you for being here, Sean. Man, you guys are awesome. Oops, your clock is on time tonight. You know what? I had to put some lithium batteries in there, and now it's good to go. You know, when the voltage is too low, things just stop working. You know, it's the same thing with all electronics. We're good to go. Thank you, Kyle. I'm on it just because of you, man. Let's see. Doing good, Sean. Doing good. You know, it's just... Today, we just went out and literally rode the moped around, picked up Oakley off the bus, picked up Bryson off the bus, and drove downtown and did some sightseeing, went to a Fleetique shop, you know, finding some good stuff. No kickers, no audio there this time, but, you know, sometimes you find some pretty good stuff. And either way, we had a good day and went out for Chinese. Went out for Chinese. It was great. What did you guys have for dinner tonight? And yes, please... smash the like. Thank you, Cracker. Appreciate you, man. Thank you for all that you do. I see you guys on Facebook sharing stuff, doing what have you, and I see it. I appreciate it. Scott says, yeah, Rise goes hand in hand with bandwidth and efficiency. Right, and I feel like, you know, with the best woofer, best kicker, whatever you want to describe what we're talking about, either way, it still comes down to what you're trying to do. And I feel like a lot of people will give up that bandwidth for more bass, and maybe that woofer selection is going to be different compared to maybe what they originally thought. Maybe, oh, well, I want the Q, I want the best, but maybe the L7S or even the L7R might have been a better choice in that degree, or even the CVX, man. The CVX is honestly an L7S or square that's just round. Let's see. Comp. Oh, you know what? I am live on TikTok, and I forgot to pull that up. I have everything over here, and I forgot to do it over here. You know what? I was running into things, 20 different things. If you guys are on Facebook, I'm sorry. Thank you for being here, Simon, Staley, Sean, Tyson. Appreciate you guys. All right, I got that one going. Now we got to fix the TikTok. Uh-oh. TikTok guys are going to be mad at me. I'm sorry. YouTube does come first. YouTube does come first. All right, cool. Now that's working. We're good. That's okay. Cool. Thank you for being here. Compa Bass Club. Thank you. I want to buy a WX 1000.1. So that's the big guy. That is this one sitting right here. And it's not for sale, unfortunately. I paid near $1,000 for that thing. If you can find one, they are awesome to have, and I have future plans with this thing. That's why it's sitting there. Plus, I wanted to run the new war horses. Any help is appreciated. Thanks, Kicker community. You know, I found mine literally on Facebook Marketplace, and I drove to Columbus, Ohio for it. They do pop up, but unless you're looking for a nostalgia build, I wouldn't even waste your money with that because of the new Warhorse stuff that's out now, because it's better. And I understand it's not one amp that's 10,000 watts, but if you put two of them together, you got 10,000 watts. They do 5,500, you know, and you can wire these things down low. We've seen it. Drew and Kyle, Steve, they all got theirs at half ohm. You know, I had mine at half ohm when I was doing some testing too, and it did great. You know, it's got the competition mode. It's really efficient. It's not as efficient as that amplifier, but it's darn close. And I feel like nowadays efficiency isn't super as important as maybe as it was back then, because all we had was AGM batteries. There wasn't lithium. If there was, it wasn't what we have now. And it's just more readily available and cheaper to get. My advice to you, unless you're just trying to have a nostalgia build like I was trying to do, I was trying to match it with my Solo X18. And, well, the Warhorses weren't out either, so it kind of worked out perfect. I only ran it for 1 year, and, yeah, so I would go with the new Warhorses, but that's my opinion on it, man. Just because you can literally go anywhere and go pick one up today. Thank you for being here. All right, let's see. Next week, some lucky person is going to win 20 feet of sky-high car audio, man. That's awesome. The wire that he's giving away, if you guys aren't already subscribed to Garrick, PSE, I always mess it up. Mentalist. Go subscribe, and I don't know how you're doing the giveaways. Every single subscriber, an option to win. Is it rigged or not? Let me know, Garrick. Kyle's just going to come pick it up. Thank you, Fago. Appreciate you, man. And thank you guys for watching. You know, I was scrambling around just trying to do everything. Got home like literally an hour ago. And I usually come up here like an hour and a half. And I already came up here earlier. But I didn't do that today. I'm like, oh, no. Restart. Oh, I need to update the computer. The widgets ain't working. What do you mean? What do you mean? Andy, how do you get in the green team? Sean? With the green team, all you have to do is hit the join membership. If you're on your iPhone or Android, I know it's a little bit more difficult. I do have it in the about section. If you go onto the YouTube channel here, pull it down, just go to my actual channel, go to the about section, it'll say join channel. You can do it that way. You can wait till BT gifts you one, and then you can keep prescribing. And, you know, there's a few different ways. Now, on the computer, there is literally a join button right on the live stream. So if you're by a computer, it's a lot easier that way. Thank you, Sean. And green team guys, man, they literally get their name turned green. They get fancy emojis in the chat, and you guys are just supporting the channel. It's 99 cents. I mean, we have 275. You guys just went crazy on the 4-year anniversary. Thank you, CAE. This is what it was happening. He got it. He just wanted to see the woofer going.
Green team.
Would you look at that? Oh my gosh, just look at it. Just look at it. You gotta look at it this way, okay?
Just look
you just
at it.
gotta look at it. That's all you can do anymore.
You just gotta look at it, man. That's all you can do. And thank you, CAE, for gifting the YouTube memberships for the green team. And you know what, man? Oh, look at all of them. See them on the side there? You see them floating up? Yeah, those are the fancy green team member emojis. We got kickers, we got Sony Explodes, we got everything. We got fries and pennies. We got it all. But thank you so much, man. And keep doing what you're doing, man. You know, I wish I had the time, but it's like, you know what? I'm doing what I'm doing with the live streaming. And I feel like we're doing the same kind of thing, but you're just doing it in a long video format. And there's other people out there that need help. Keep doing your thing, man. Keep doing your thing. I am going to get some videos done, though. I swear, I got so many ideas. The Volvo is almost ready. We're getting there. We're so close. And wintertime it's a little bit different. There's less things going on. It's just more time. Well, it's cold as heck, but I'm fine with that. I'm a yinzer. Cracker, thank you for tuning in again, man. Having problems figuring out where to mount my amps. Ran out of room. Man, that's the thing. I know Down for Sound's actually coming out with amp mounts, like amp racks. But I think those are probably going to be for just the Down for Sound amplifiers. You can make your own. I don't know if there's a manufacturer that does it. I mean, you're kind of like going up the same tree as like bus bars for batteries. And they got to be like for certain ones and certain, parallel series configurations. So with amplifiers, it's like the same thing. I've seen a lot of people, what they do is they get like that threaded insert, real skinny, maybe like a 1/4 inch thick, but it'll be like a whole foot tall. And they'll just use like locking nuts or just, a washer and a nut and spin it up a little bit and make them even as they can on 4 of those posts and send them up through the amplifiers to start stacking them. That's probably the cheapest way to do it, other than actually manufacturing some kind of, I don't know. You get kind of creative whenever you have a lot of stuff and you got to fit a lot in a small space, man. But it's a good problem to have, man. Good problem to have. Join of gifted membership. There we go. Let's see. You just got to look at it. You just got to look at it, man. You just got to look at it. I had a guy, All Black Tahoe, he was asking, he's like, why do you say what Ed Bassmaster says? Like, listen, me and John, the one in the thumbnail here, he got me in a kicker. We were doing that like just randomly in 2016. I remember I looked at Facebook and I had literally a meme with him laying underneath the Geo with the look at it guy looking at it. It's been a thing I've been doing, and then I started to say it on the stream. I started to do it at work, and then it just became this thing where we just looked at it.
Would you look at that?
And here we are today, man. You just got to look at it. Thank you, CAE, Eric. Oh, he's got the look at it emoji. Yeah, we got one of those too. We got them all. So, Fago says, which L7 would you recommend for a super cab Ranger? I don't compete, but I like it loud. And I feel like that is the majority of people. They want to have, like just a well-balanced setup. And Kicker does that. And they also do it where you don't always need to just revamp your electrical right away. Now, anytime you're over 1,000 watts, you got to start thinking about that, man, just for the safety of your equipment and for your car. Alternators do fail, stock or not. I had my stock one actually fail. The high output, man, I've been babying that, making sure that I got primo batteries on there and I'm not overtaxing it. But right. With the L7X in a super cab, I mean, I feel like, it does depend the power. And each L7 would do great. The L7R is my choice just because I love the L5s. I have an L5. I've heard the L5s. My first Kicker was an L5. And it's like, you can almost do the same amount and need a little bit less. The L7S is a little bit more, I guess you could say punchier, but it depends on the box. But you get what I'm saying. It's a little bit heavier. It's got a little bit more power handling, a little bit different. And then the Q is even more so like how the L7S compares to the R, even more so that. And that's where it really works as a sound quality driver because it's probably even heavier. I'd have to look at the MMS on there and just like the total weight of that driver. But it's not crazy heavy, but it needs a little bit more, and it has a more impactful bass, I guess you could say, if you would just put it up against the other two in relatively close enclosures. And that's the thing, man. It's really hard to compare woofers. I love to see it. I'm going to do it eventually with one enclosure and every single Kicker driver that's round going up to see the difference. But again, it's still like, that's not a great test, but people are going to want to see it. People are going to do that, and they're going to be like, which one's better? And my opinion, I like the R's. You just have to just be careful with them. I mean, they're less power handling by 150 watts for the 12. 600 instead of 750. And then the, they don't have the L7Q out, but that was 900 watts. Probably going to be 1,000. I would go with the R's. I'm telling you, man, that's what's in the quad box, and they bang. They bang. Put the smack down on the like button. You just gotta look at it, and you gotta smash the like, man. Thank you, Garrick. Thank you, Jen. Appreciate you tuning in. Who all voted for the little one? L7X12. He said just go with the L7X12. I mean, if you want a lot of bass, go with the L7X12. It's not going to sound exactly like the other ones. Thank you, Kibo, of $5 super chat, and you just gotta look at it.
Would you look at that? Oh my gosh, just look at it. Just look at it. You gotta look at it this way, okay? You just gotta look at it. That's all you can do anymore.
Thank you, Kibo. Appreciate you, man. And that's all you got to do, man. Thanks for tuning in. Appreciate you. I went to Best Buy last week, and I thought of you right away. I'm like, oh, this is Kibo's natural habitat here. My buddy Keelan works there, and it's just keep doing what you do, man. And, I always wanted to work at Best Buy. I tried. They're like, you got no experience. We'll put you on the sales floor. I should have took it. I regret it to this day. But either way, thank you for tuning in. Glad that you're here, and hope you and your family are doing well tonight, man. Let's see. Oh, no. Here goes Jake. I put Scott in timeout for you, Andy. He's crying right now. Mr. SDK himself getting the kicker going. Thank you, buddy. Appreciate you, all that you do. And I don't want to move from that. I know you guys like seeing that kicker, man. That's the coolest thing I've done. No, I wouldn't say ever, but like recently, that is so freaking cool. But you know what? Well, we're going to get Scott going. And we got to bring the potato on once in a while as a guest. Just because the things he says, man, it's like just full of opinions. Thank you, Jake. Appreciate you, man. And yeah, get him moving. Get them moving. Thank you for the penny, sir. You just got to look at it. That's all you can do. Bad Customs. Thank you for being here tonight. You know what? I kind of like that shot right there. Let's see. That would be number 3 right there. I like that because you still get to see the kicker, and we're not like super far away like that. I like that, man. It's like, how you doing? Come on, Ernie. Slow down now. Glad you're here tonight, man. I hope you're doing well. I hope everyone's having a good Friday evening into the weekend. It's starting to get a little bit colder out, and you know what? The cool thing about it is, I don't know about you, but my car has been charging a little higher. Pilot's seeing 14.7s now, Jake, on the 5S. Nice and cold. I fixed that, man. I could never charge. It would charge, and then as soon as the batteries were good, it would go down to 13.4, 13.5, Honda problems. And now it's just, it just sits 14.4, 14.5 all the time, and it's great. So maybe it's time to throw some 6S in there. Maybe give it a swap and throw the 5S in Kayla's car and see the difference. I don't know, because the Pilot's got more power than her car right now. She's got the KX2400, and the Pilot's got two 1800 CX amplifiers and half ohm. So, and I'm pulling 600 amps out of that. So I think I need a little bit more. But either way, the alternators charge better, but then the batteries need to warm up. Batteries don't work as good in the cold, and just inherently. But they will warm up. As you play them, as you draw on them, they will warm up, and you kind of get the best out of it, because in the wintertime, the alternator, the engine's colder, and you're driving down the street, you're charging higher, and then after you play for a few minutes, your battery's warm, you got the inside of the car warm, and batteries do better warm compared to alternators. They're the opposite. They like to be colder. So the fall time, at least up here in Jensburg, it's really perfect for just bumping and getting a little bit more out of your system. And maybe sometimes your amplifiers get too hot because you got the heat cranking, and you got to get a Sparked Innovation little fanny or something in the back there to keep everything cool. But either way, man, it's getting cold. Let's see here. Yo. What's different of an L7 and an L5? I know on older generations, I'm not 100% sure on the newest L7R verse 7 of coil size, but I know the older ones, I think they could have been like a 2-inch on the L5, unless that was the CVR. I know at some point they flip-flop things around a lot on coil sizes, so when you go to try to replace one, it's not always 2.58 or 2.38. But sometimes it was that amount of difference, and, you know, just different kind of cooling properties and just, you know, how they rate the power. So it is that, and the L5 or the L7R has a little bit less travel, a little bit less excursion. So if you're just talking bore and stroke, a little less output. And that's the thing, but it also needs less. So if you're applying 500 watts to each one, the L5 or L7R is going to be louder than the L7S or just regular L7, just because it's a little bit more efficient watt for watt, but it can't handle as much, and it can't, you know, like I said with the bore and stroke, output too much. You know what I mean? Compared to the L7S or the original L7. So that's the main difference. People say more musical sub. I feel like every kicker that you buy is a musical sub. Just saying. The only one I just, you know, would be if you're an audiophile and you're like, you know, pinky up kind of audiophile, like I do SQ, I keep total, you know, whatever, flat, or just, you know, I got everything dialed in, DSP, time delay. You might say the L7X is not that. It's not a musical woofer, but still, yes, for what it is compared to other woofers that have the same amount of like excursion and power handling, it's the best. You know, it just kind of is because Kicker made it. Kicker goes the extra mile, and it could have been even more efficient than it was. Originally, it was going to be a foam surround. I'm kind of glad they didn't do that, but they were kind of going for efficiency watt for watt. The original Solo X 03 edition was a foam surround. And I know a lot of people complained, and like JL fans, the surround just kind of disintegrates over some time. So there's always that, but they did change to the, you know, regular rubber surround, and it's awesome, man. It is beefy. It is beefy. But the big difference is just power handling and how much power they need. I feel like, you know, you can do more with less with the L5 or L7R. Absolutely, man. I'm telling you, go for the WX 3600.1s unless you just want one. Don't waste your time, because they're a lot of money, and it's old tech, man. Like 2007, I mean, probably older than that, because they take 3-4 years to design something, especially that. And you know, it's 2024. We're coming up to 2025 here soon, and I like these new Warhorse amps, and just give them the beans, man. They're awesome. Not rigged. I don't take after you, Andy. I'm glad somebody got out of it scot-free. You know, sometimes it just, it's either genetics or, you know, whatever passed down. You skip that. It's all right, Garrick. It's all right. Joseph Keenan, thank you for being here with us. I try to catch up on the comments for you guys that are just tuning in now. I try not to miss too many, you know, and get some questions answered. I am for SQL, so the L7s are doing it for me. Clamped 5,500 watts doing a 140. And that is the name of the game with Kicker. Excuse me. Just because a lot of people, when they want bass, they don't know how loud something is, but really it's a 140. Because once you're there, you're kind of loud. You know, like you're not just a single 10 in the car on a couple hundred watts. You know, you're doing something. And to be doing a 140 on a single L7 kicker on 550 watts, and it's a musical build, it's not no SPL build. If it was an SPL build, man, you might be able to get even more. 43, 44, 45, 46. Easy. You know, and that's the best thing about Kicker, because a lot of people coming into it don't want to add batteries. They don't want to run a big zero gauge. They don't want to do the big 3, 4, 5, whatever you got. They don't want to upgrade the alternator, and you get a lot of bass, and you don't need much power, man. And SQL, sound quality loud. You know, I feel like that is the most like relative form of bass, because you got SPL and then you got SQ. We know what each one are. But SQL, it's right in the middle. And it's so hard to be right in the middle, because you're always going to be leaning one way or the other. But it's what most of us honestly have, just because it sounds good and is loud. And the closer you get that balance, the closer you are to that middle. The perfect trifecta. Woo! I'm on a roll tonight. Okay. My next shirt is going to be a green team shirt for the green team. I'm throwing it up.
Green Team.
Thank you, Garrick. You know what? Green team for the win. Green team for the win. And Jen, to your credit, Andy, I'm thinking about getting 2 of the solo 12s. Hey, happy to help, man. This is why I'm here. And just tell Ernie that I sent you. No, I feel honored, just seeing that and hearing that, man. Thank you so much. And Kicker, man, I mean, they got me hooked. Now they got you hooked. They got you hooked. It's good stuff, man. Cracker's throwing every single one there. Them legs are getting in on Cookie Monster. I'm so far behind. Car Audio Enthusiast says, starting live streams on Sunday at 7 p.m. Central. See, Scott, I told you Sunday. No one's doing nothing Sunday. Come on, we got to do Sunday. Look, the CAE just took Sunday. I try not to ever, not that I change my dates, but it's like I know when each person's streaming, and we got a few new ones coming up in the past few weeks. And I'm like, okay, so we got like 3 on Wednesday, 2 on Thursday, 2 on, well, it was 2 or 3 on Tuesday, and me and MBE on Friday. And I think that's it on Friday. Yeah. I mean, yeah. Saturday, you got 5-star Dean. And then Sunday, I think the other guys were doing it, but I don't know. I haven't seen a live from them in a while. But 7 o'clock on Sunday, man, that's perfect. Now with the Steelers playing, that's the only thing. I think Saturday would work for me for a floater day, but I don't know. It is tough doing what I do, and I work full time. Like I literally work every other day that I don't live stream, and work was slow one year. And I started to do the shows on Friday. We would just do Monday through Thursday. And then I started to do the Kicker stuff on Tuesday. So I used to go to work on Tuesday watching Kicker Unmasked half the time, at work. And one day I'm like, you know what? I think I need to stay home from that. And work was slow and it kind of worked out. Now it's starting to catch up and it's like, well, I guess we can work Saturday. Or Sunday. That's awesome to hear, man. And I feel like more people are going to tune in when you got a same date, same time. You know when to tune in. And just keep doing your thing, man. All thread. There we go. Thank you, Jason. I know what things look like because I look at them, but I don't even know what they're called half the time. I don't know what the title of the artist of the song that I'm listening to, but I know the bass and I know the treble and I know when it's gonna hit. But I don't look at names too often. But I do know your guys' names on YouTube. I always get confused when I see on Facebook. I'm like, you mean it's Cracker? That's Cracker. Yeah. Yeah. I have an amp rack, just no room to put it in. Gotcha, man. And it's always bass or space, and then you start to be like, well, I can get rid of the back seats. Oh, the back seats are already gone. You might have to start cutting some metal, and or just I don't know exactly what your setup is. You'll have to refresh me on that. Maybe smaller amplifiers. I don't know. TikTok. Time is winding down. Starting my install second week in November from 2 Q8s. To 4 L7X12s. Can't wait. And man, talk about an upgrade. That's going to be insane. Nothing against the 2.8 L7s, but I mean, I feel like that's like a 135, 140 kind of ish dB build to 4 L7X12s. It could be like a 55, 150 plus easy all day. That's a huge jump. And you're not going to look back, man. You are not going to look back. But you might look at it. You just might. Thank you, Nighthawk. Appreciate that you're here. I'm glad you took a look. You know what? Usually at the 45-minute mark, the shows kind of go sideways, and then I'm like, all right, so I got like 15 minutes-ish, then start to wrap it up, and we just start looking at stuff, Okay, I think I got that one, Sean, with the L7 and L5, with the power handling, I guess you could kind of say it, the output potential a little bit. Fago says, very cool. I appreciate you big time. Yes, sir. I'm doing Big 3 this fall and alt if need be. Thank you so much, man. And absolutely, and along your process with that, if you ever have any questions, you know where to tune in. I've been answering some message requests on Facebook because Facebook's dumb, and it puts all the message requests in like one pile, and half of them are spam, and I don't really go through them too often, but I was seeing a lot of questions. I'm like, man, this is some good, just like things people need help with, and I'm just not looking at it. And, but yeah, you can hit me up there. If you got me on, just add me on Facebook, man. Just add me on Facebook, either that or the page, and, alongside the show here tonight and to every Tuesday, man. I try my best, and that's why I like Friday's open platform, because I don't have to technically do anything. And we can just sit here and have Q&A and one-on-one stuff and try to answer the questions as best as I can. And you have the chat here to literally help you live. It's live tech support, man. Thank you for just always tuning in, man. And I can't wait to see what your build consists of next, man. Let's see. All right, so we're catching up to Kibo. We're catching up to Jake. Throwing out opinions. Hello, Kyle. There he is, the man. The myth, the legend, El Fuego.
The Pacific Northwest.
You know him. Hello from the Pacific Northwest. Thank you for tuning in, man. Appreciate you. I've seen a lot of you guys were here earlier, and I try to get up here as soon as I can. That's another reason I let it run, so I can get all those comments right before the stream start, because you guys are awesome. El Fuego's one of them that just comment right before the stream starts, and thank you for just doing that, being here every time, and I hope you're feeling healthy, sir, and hope the system's kicking, man. I really do. Sitting at an IHOP right now, just forcing everyone to listen to Andy. Listen, the pancakes are great at IHOP. Tune in to Livin Loud with Andy on YouTube. I used to work at IHOP. I cooked there. Maybe not the one that I worked at was the cleanest, but I loved IHOP as a kid, and when they first built it, it was great. And then when I worked there, I'm like, I can't work here anymore. I just can't. But man, free food. Why, Scoob? We get free food. What? Free food? I'm done. Jake is probably on his raft right now with his twisted tea, and he just spilt the whole drink. He just spilled it. Andy, do you have the Kicker LED sign? Are you logged into my Gmail account? Because I just ordered one, and it's going to be here tomorrow. I made a Kicker shopping spree list of things that I need for the Volvo, and that was definitely one of them. But yeah, I'm getting some marine yellow Kicker wire, because I'm like, I already got the blue. They don't have red, so the Pilot still got the blue Kicker wire. Cookie Monster's got mostly Kicker, like it's all Kicker wire except the run. I still have my welding wire in there. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. And it's expensive, let me tell you. Just wire in general is expensive. And I picked out the marine. It's 0 gauge. I don't think there's anything different between that and the audio wire, and it's $50 cheaper across the board. I'm like, dude, I want to get it anyway, and black and yellow. And I got some black and yellow Kicker RCAs. If you want to know how to get those, I will let you know, because you can't just buy them separately. Black and yellow RCAs, yellow wire, it's going to be awesome. The LED sign is crazy on their website. The one he's talking about, I will move this over here. If you go into the gear and then stuff section on Kicker here, let me pull up me over here. Would you look at that? Cornut! Cornut gifting the membership. No.
Cornut. He does traveling installs.
Hold on. We got to throw it up for Mr. Cornut over there. Appreciate you, Cornut. And sorry, we got double vision over here. It's kind of like me. Thank you for the gifted membership. And I do have something else. I don't know if he even seen it. If you can see anything that has any kind of resemblance of a cornet in this room, let me know. Anything at all in this room. Thank you, Cornet. Appreciate you, man. He's got the kicker kicking. And the LED sign that he's talking about is right here. And, there we go. Boom. Bada bing, bada boom. The thing is awesome. Let me see here. Okay, you can see me now. Cool. And, yeah, it lights up. It's got a little remote, but I mean, it's got the Buck and Bronco from Kicker on there. And it's only $27, dude. Only $27. That is a deal. And it lights up. It's definitely going to be a piece in this room, man. I mean, I don't think they made it for me, but you know what? There's a lot of guys that got fancy rooms for gaming and just whatever, and you want to put it on the middle of your wife's table, I mean, by all means, you can do that. You could definitely do that. Oh, man, we are in 2020 vision here. There we go. Thank you, Cornut. Appreciate you, man, again, for the gifted membership. And thank you for tuning in, Jeff Wallace. Yo, yo, yo. Sound like High Five Vega. Greetings from Hurricane Alley. Everyone that is dealing with the hurricane stuff, my prayers and thoughts are out to you, man. I see it all over the news. And, you know, between both hurricanes, just getting walloped. And the photos, the videos, the stories, they don't cover it all, man. I could just imagine. My heart's out to you guys that are down there, and I hope you can build back, man, you know, because it's terrible. It's like literally building a sandcastle and just gone, you know, and you're a kid, it's like the worst feeling. It's like way worse, man. It's like your adult, it's like everything, like this whole studio be gone, your kicker system just ruined. Kicker's got a great warranty. They probably take care of you, but you get what I'm saying, man, and my hearts are out to you guys, man. 5S is mid. Yeah, it is kind of mid, you know. It got me into the LTO alongside of the DIY, because I actually had the 6S LTO first with the Plananos, and then I tried the Titans, and they did the purpose, man. I was dropping down to 8.5 volts with the AGM that was in the back of the car, pulling 5,000 DC or 6,000 DC watts, making around 3,800, and you know, like 70% efficiency. Either way, I was dropping down to 8-9 volts, like it was just bad. The JYNXTs, two of them, they are not rated for that. Again, 8 volts. It was just too much power, and plus that battery was kind of old, the AGM, but it kept me above 11s and 12s when I added two of them in there. You know, I was literally 13, 12.8, 12.6, like pulling 3,000 watts. And then after that, I would start to dip below 12, down to 11.7, but it would be like a brick wall around there. The 6S is nicer because you'll be a brick wall like 13, 13.5, 13.8, 14 volts, but you got to charge higher a little bit, you know, and then you just got to have more batteries. And it all depends what you're trying to do, you know, like I feel like a 14.4 volt charge on the 6S just isn't quite enough, you know, and it's not that hard to upgrade that with diodes and little potentiometers they got nowadays, but still it's that extra step, and a lot of people might not want to do that. And the 5S is, you just throw it in there with lead acid, you're good to go, man. Like you just set it, forget it, and it works. Let's see, L7 Solo X or bust. Or bust. You know, man, the L7X, I'm glad it's here. You know, of all the live streams that I've done where people are like, when's it coming? And I'm like, I don't know. And I'm like, kind of like, Ernie, you know, and not trying to be annoying, but at the same time, like, how's it coming? How's it coming? And I'm glad that it's here. It's in people's hands, and some people, you know, they gotta save up for it, man. Like, same. You guys really helped out on the 4-year anniversary. I'm like, okay, I got some wiggle room. I can buy some kicker stuff, and I need it anyway for the Volvo to do more just YouTube videos, not live streams. And thank you guys for that. But I know a lot of you guys gotta save, and most people do, and it is expensive, but it's something that is it's equity. In your car. You can pull that right out and put it in your next one, man. You really can. Let's see. Sean, let me know if this is old. If just type it one more time if it isn't, because I did talk about the difference with the L5 and L7, but I will just throw it down again. Unless he missed it. You'll need to upgrade your mids and highs. I know that's another thing too, man. You know, I'm helping out a few people getting their systems going, and it's like, you know, eventually you're going to want to replace these door speakers. You're going to want to add an amplifier to that. Like, wait, what? Yeah, man. And you might want to replace that head unit too, because it's just going to be a lot easier to run a 4-channel amplifier. Not that you can't, because Kicker makes it easier, at least with the key lock and, you know, just things that they have, and the key DSP that's coming, right? You know, sorry, did I say DSP? I meant they're not making anything. But you get what I'm saying. They make it easier for integration. And still, upgrade to mids and highs to keep up with the bass. Thank you, Fago. The Field Recone kit makes the L7X special. And I feel like that's something like I glance over way too much. Sorry, Ernie, over here. Come on, over here. The Field Replace cone right there behind me. That's the L7X15, and that is literally just a cone, nothing else, and you drop it in, you just set it, you forget it, and it's night and day. I see a lot of people, I think it was Log was showing a video like how to recone and clean off your landing. I'm like, oh, that looks fun. I still want to do it, you know. I've re-surrounded speakers, refoamed them and stuff, but never recoiled them. I can take apart a Kicker if I have enough patience for more than just a clock, but it's still like the way that me and Mr. Duffy do it. You don't even have to do that, but you can. But with a Kicker, finding another cone for it, it's a little bit harder, you know, and you obviously can. But still, with the circles, you know, the normal woofer, you can't do that, and you have to learn those steps. So this makes it where you don't have to do any of that. You don't know how to do it. You don't have to waste the time. You still got to buy the Recone drop-in anyway, but this time you don't have to prepare nothing. You keep it ahead of time, or you buy it when you blow it, and then you take it apart. It takes literally 10 to 15 minutes to take apart. And putting back together doesn't take long at all. We've seen Carlos do it all in 3 minutes. I wouldn't suggest doing it that fast. Take your time. You want to make sure that this thing's straight, okay? But they have self-aligning pins that go in there that align the coil perfectly. So when you put the new cone in there, it's a built-in shim. Like, they spared no thought or expense on making the L7X product. The old L7X, well, the old Solo X, this one here, there was one guide pin. And let me tell you, if you bolted that thing down just the wrong way on one side too much and then tried to bolt it down, you would get the little tiniest bit of rub, you know? And it's like, damn it, I got to take it apart, back it off, you know? And that is never a problem. Now, if I was a normal person, not a Kicker, Livin Loud any kind of guy, I might have just sent it, and then next thing you know, that coil blows, you know? And boom, I have to get another Recone. I sent it to Kicker for warranty replacement. They're like, man, this was misaligned. This was misaligned. And they want to make it where there's less of that too. You know, they're making it easier on everybody, not just themselves, but on, you know, them too, because less returns, because people just can put it together, put the shims in, and it's perfect. It's literally perfect. And Field Replace cones, that's, I mean, when I first tried buying a Solo X online, it was just the cone. It was just a field replacement. I'm like, oh, so this is a lot more expensive than I thought here. Deviant says hello, says Jeff. Kibo says hello, says Kibo. I can't. I hope Deviant's doing good, and thank you, Jeff. On 3K, I definitely recommend an L7X over the L7. You're right. You know, just because, you know, I always tell people, you know, you can never have too much power, but it is still a thing. Great power, great responsibility, man. It just keeps getting louder. Next thing you know, you turn it down, then you're like, whoof, Oh, I smell it now. You know, it's like as soon as you turn it down, it like really gets smelly. You get the first smell, you know, and then you turn it down and you're like, whoa, there goes all the gases. There's the microwave butter effect with my resin and my former. It's done. It's done. It's all right though, but still, you gotta play within reason. It's just like an engine in a car. You know, you're not gonna have it at 6,000 RPMs going back to work every day. You know, it's not gonna last that long. You know, things are gonna break over time. But still, to have all that power that you need is the point, not to have too much. But I feel like, you know, when you got 3K, yeah, it's kind of way overkill for an L7, just because you might even run into mechanical failure and limits before you even run into thermal with that much power. That's the thing. Thank you, Blake. Appreciate you, man. Field rebuildable design is what I like about him, and I think that is the difference maker, man. That is the difference. I'm just throwing a 20.
I don't care what you say about kickers. This guy is a difference maker.
And Rich Eisen couldn't have been more correct on that, man. I want to hear his system too, man. Absolutely. Absolutely. What will it take to run 2 solo X12s? You know, I feel like the Warhorse by itself is plenty to run 2 solo X's. Grab the dual ones so that you can have 2 of them at 1 of them. You know, there are guys out there, including myself, that run the Warhorse amps at half ohm, but we kind of know a thing or two, and, you know, it's just you got to have the proper electrical. But still, I don't like recommending that because of the position that I'm in. And I'm going to tell you to grab the dual ones, run it at 1 ohm. It's plenty of power, man. Those Warhorses, you know, at 1 ohm, but you don't really see that really, other than dynamic burst, maybe a kick drum, not even, you know. You're going to get 3,000-4,000 watts, maybe at 2,000 at the least. So 1,000 watts per. And the L7X is really a 1 to 2,000 watt driver. Can it take 2,000 watts continuously for 5 minutes, aka Parker to basehead to Chili? Yes. So you don't always need to have it at half ohm to put twice the power to them to get 2K to each. You know, if you build the box correctly, one Warhorse WXA 3600.1 is more than enough for 2 solo X's. Thank you, Lee Presley, for tuning in. Appreciate that you're here. Sean says, go do 212 L7s or solo X12s or 15. Which one should I go with on a 3K amp? Well, not get so hot, Andy. Well, with the 3,000 watt amp, yeah, like that. I think Blake was answering that, and the comments came in out of order, maybe. But with the 2 L7s, you know, you got 1,500 RMS for the 12s together, and on a 3K. And if you're getting smelly on that, yeah, I mean, the L7Xs, the solo Xs there, would be able to handle that 3K probably without any issues, man. On my 2400.1 on 1, it eats it. Clipping or not, it eats it. And, you know, within reason. And it's just like, wow. And then when I had one Warhorse on it at half ohm, clamping 500 watts out of the thing, just straight full tilt boogie, not clipping, but who knows? And then it started to get a little hot if I played, you know, because like I'm getting past that point. And you're going to get past that point with the 2 L7s faster than any kind of solo X12 or 15, just because it's a 2,000 watt driver, the 10, the 12, and the 15. And even if it's just one, I feel like it's going to have more of a chance to handle any kind of extra power than you're going to throw it that you didn't know that you were doing than the L7 S12s. Thank you so much, Sean. Appreciate your comment and your question. 115 says, Kyle, Baba is here. I seen him early. Thank you for being here, Baba.
Uncle Bobby B, baby.
Oh, no.
Uncle Bobby B.
It's been so long, I forgot what button it was. I'm glad you're here, man. Boom goes Baba, and I love that video with Baba. I literally made that box so that we could get Baba 6'5" into that car, and just enough, man. If you've been in Cookie Monster, that car is tiny. If you're 5'5", 120 pounds soaking wet, it's a tiny car. We got him in there. Excited for the eventual L7Q replacements that are just over the horizon. Hope they are releasing the 8 the same time. The 8 L7Q or the 8 Solo X? Please enlighten me, Mr. Baba here. But yes, man, the L7XQ is coming. It's in the works. They just released the Comp Q, and I'm going to give you guys a little spoiler. I ordered one, and I'm going to test it. I want to try it. The Comp Q I have never personally owned, and I got one too. And it's going to be in my comparison videos eventually. The top tier round kicker versus the kicker comp, the kicker gold, a CVR, just every single one that they got that's round in one box. A kicker box, mind you, but the entry level, the entry guy that goes in there and buys the kicker comp. And then he's like, you know what? I want to try the bigger one. I want to try the next bigger one. What are his results going to be? So with the L7Q, the square Q coming back, oh man, I should have waited, but you know what? I like the round ones, and I heard so many good things about it, and even Steve Irby himself said the Q, I think it was the 10. I got the 12, but still, the 10 was his most favorite sounding driver he ever made. And to have them come back with the Q that are square, that are pretty much in the same limelight as the round 10 that he loves so much, I can't wait either, man. And the 8-inch L7Xs, huh? Is that what we're talking about on the street? Is that the word on the street? I hear some words. I'm allowed to say some words, and some words I'm not allowed to say, but I keep hearing that word on the street, so we're going to keep it as rumors and opinions. But that would be cool in L7X 8. That would be unique. The 10 is already a little beefy monster, man. I don't know if it can get any smaller, can it? Or is it going to be just all surround? I'm cool with it. I'm cool with it. We got it's actually inverted on the back there. Oh, no, the little IK 350, it's got a little passive radiator, and all my other ones got little passive radiators and such. Jeez, Arnie, come on, man, over here. I'm cool with the little kickers, man. They look awesome. And I think we pushing some power, pushing some air. Yeah, you guys got to send me some pictures. I do have those up here, actually. I wanted to share a few. See, I don't know why. I have this picture set over here for Build of the Week. And for some reason, it comes down when I do something here. But I have this over here where you guys were sending me pictures. This is... Let me see if I can get big on this. Is this it? Yeah, this is it. Will this let me go back and forth? All right, so we got right here. This is Mark Delaney's build. These are from whenever you upload a video or a picture. I take both. To livinloudwithandy.com. You'll see in the top left, say upload. livinloudwithandy.com/upload. Send me pictures. I'm going to start throwing these up from now on. I got a nice little form here. But yes, man, an L7. That is I think it's a 2006, that version, because it's a black cone. The 06, that was the L5, had a silver cone and silver center of that same year. But that L7, I think that's a 15. I want to say that's a 15 there. Beautiful box. Love what you did there, man. Thank you for sending that to me. Just look at that. Just look at that kicker, man. It's a little rough, but man, that thing is still kicking. And that thing is what? 2006 is 18 years old, man. That thing is legal to vote. That thing is legal to vote. And this is still Mark Delaney's other boxes and builds, man. And of course, sends me a kicker logo. I can never have enough kicker logos. And oh man, I love this guy. We gotta get him on the intro. I gotta remake it just to get him in there, man. He is an awesome little bass head. Now this one right here is from our guy Shoop Dog. If you don't know who Shoop Dog is, Shoop Dog here's got some kickers. He tunes in all the time. He's got some nitrous just in case. And it looks like that's with a KXA. I don't know if that's a 1200, 1600, 800, 2400 amplifier. I would guess maybe a 1200.1 would be perfect for those kicker comp R's. Let's take a listen here. I feel like the kicker comp R is like the most sold loaded enclosure that's not online. I see it all the time at Best Buy, and it's like Best Buy honestly carries no entry level stuff. It's all the CS line, the comp Rs. I don't even think they got the KX line there. It's literally the mid-tier, most popular stuff, you know. Walmart, they got the comp 10 and 12 and the loaded PT 250s, the downfiring enclosures and stuff like that, and amplifiers, but usually all, you know, back then DX line and stuff like that, and, you know, entry level stuff. But I love those comp Rs. I installed those in not that build right there, but previously on Mr. Andrew Smith's on a CX 800.1. So I can just imagine with a little bit more power on a KXA, looks like a 1200 there. Shoot. Dog. All right, so this is from Francisco Montano. He's got, it looks like a 12-inch Solo X, and this one right here is from 2003. This is actually older than the one that's behind me here. And the crazy thing about the older Solo X's, where am I at over here? Over here? Yeah, we'll come over here. The older ones only came in a 10, a 12, and an 18. They did not have a 15-inch Solo X. They did not. And that's what's cool about the new one. They got 10, 12, and 15. Where's the 18 at? I need the 18. Steve, can you hear me? I mean, an 8 sounds good too. But they didn't have that. They just had the 10, 12, and 18. And, man, I love the custom box that he has there. I love the blue marble look that's on there. And, you know, he still has a back seat. I mean, that is called negotiations with your wife. Listen, I need a little bit more bass, not too much space, and we still have partial third row. See? That's how you get him to say yes. That is how you get him to say yes. And he's got a UC31 Ultra capacitor. I love those. Scott sent me one. Well, actually, he brought it up to Slamology for me. They're cool little capacitors, man. You know, good for like 1,000, 2,000 watt kind of system. And they kind of give you a clear indicator whenever you're starting to get in your batteries and that capacitor is dead. But that is awesome. And I think that's all I have there for the most recent stuff. If, oh my goodness. Yeah, I thought my double vision was kicking in there. If you guys got anything else you want to send me, I will start throwing them up every Friday. If I got some more photos and stuff, if you just want to show, you want it to be on the stream, I'll keep it towards the end of the show. Literally how Kicker does, and you know what? It works, and I appreciate you guys sending me your Kicker builds, and I love seeing that stuff, man. I know I'm not the only crazy Kicker guy here. Hello, Kyle! Is that a new account for El Fuego? No, that's Fago, not El Fuego. We got two. We got Fago and El Fuego. We got Fuego and then the El Fuego. Thank you for being here, Mac. What's up? Appreciate you, man. Glad that you're here. Let's see. Love the Q&A stuff, and these guys great. Absolutely. I wouldn't be able, like, I would still kind of do this, but like the community that's within the chat, that's in there right now, you guys literally make the show, like you guys do. And I appreciate you, you know, having just friendship in there and just looking at it half the time. Just looking at it. You just got to look at it, Damien. You just got to look at it. And you know what? I wonder if Nate even subscribed yet. You know, I know a lot of people watch, and I have to earn their subscription. I hope I earned your subscription tonight, Nate. Or anyone that's watching right now, smash the like and hit the button, subscribe, and hey, if you're feeling it, join the green team. And appreciate you, Damien. And yeah, he's a green team member, man. He's got yellow. He's a rookie. The rookies get yellow. Once you're here for a month, you automatically turn green. That's how I know that the new guys, and because we got a lot of gifted memberships, and to be an official green team member, once you're here a month, your thing says green beside your LLC. Love it. Hey Andy, what be better on a 3K American base, 2 L712s or Solo X 1215? Yeah, I feel like that was that 3K answer. I'm just going to tell you, just go with the Solo X. Just because even though it's 2,000 watts RMS, we're just going to look at it like that, compared to 750 plus 750. Or even if it was, the 1,000 and 1,000, 2,000 and 2,000 for the 15 L7s versus a 12 or a 15 single Solo X that's 2,000, they're rated differently. They're rated a little differently. I feel like the Solo X can take that rated number full sign longer than those could, if that makes sense. So just because it's meant for a little bit extra, I wouldn't say wasted information, but yeah, a little bit more of that and abuse. Why, Scoob? I'm so far behind. Dave!
Just hit the like.
Just hit the like. I hope you're still watching on Facebook. Happy Friday, Andy. I'm glad that you tuned in. I miss you, man. And just keep smashing the like, Dave. Just keep telling them to smash the like. Oh, man. I feel like we have the whole gang's here. Oh, there he is.
Uncle Bobby B, baby. Uncle Bobby B.
I seen you here earlier, and I'm like, where's Bobby B? Where's he at? Thanks for tuning in again, man. Appreciate you. And looks like TikTok is working. Good. What a great show tonight. Thank you, Stuart. Watching on TikTok. Would you just look at that? I appreciate you, buddy. Cornut. 1350 for me. Oh, no, what I missed. Don't want my amp to get hot, which better? Okay, that's that same question. Okay, cool. Yeah, I mean, the amp's going to get hot from not enough electrical and or clipping it too hardly, and both, and that's why that amplifier is going to get hot. It's going to get warm from just naturally playing it, but if your electrical's not perfect and you're clipping it, it's going to run hotter on the output section. It's going to get hotter. Ryan Moore, thank you for tuning in, man. What's new? It's Friday. We're here. We're about to wrap up the show. I'm trying to catch up on some of these comments here. I'm glad that you're here. But, yeah, just birthday weekend celebration for my daughter and Steeler Sunday, and catch up on a few things. I got to give out some 50% off discount codes to the winner of Tuesday's show. A little bit of preparation for EXO because, man, I'm just 3 steps ahead. I got to be. It's EXO. And you know what? Just enjoy the weekend. I hope you guys enjoy the weekend too, man. Adrian, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for being here. Don't have a lot of money for the Solo X, I know. And it's like, if you buy 2 L712s, I think they're, $329 and then $379 for the 15s. So $329, $329. It's a little bit cheaper than a single Solo X12 that's $699. Or, yeah, by like $50. So, I mean, I get where you're coming from, but if you already have the 12s, I understand what you're saying there. Thank you again, Stuart. Oh, would you look at that? He sent a heart. I don't know what that means, but is it like pennies or something?
I got pennies.
Thank you, Stuart, and I appreciate you for that, man. I appreciate you. TikTok. You know what? We tried Instagram. It's all right. I feel like TikTok is like, maybe it'll work. I don't know. We'll see. I mean, obviously, YouTube. Yeah. Facebook. Yeah. Andy, do you still have the pic in my box I sent you? You used it for a thumbnail on the live stream. I don't know if I have it in that file. It's probably on Facebook. I can take a look really, really fast here. It's Friday. We have fun here. We just mess around. Yes, I do. You did send it here. Hold on. Now I got to make it all big. There we go. There it is. There it is. I got it right there. Those are the 4 L7X12s that he's upgrading to from the 2 Comp Q8s. And L7Qs. Either way, 8s to 412s. That's going to be awesome, man. Thank you, Bad Customs. And I can see it in the... I feel like your thumbnail on the chat there is bigger than my picture right here, man. I love it. I can't wait to see some videos of it playing, or maybe even hear it in person one day, man. John K out living his best life right now. Was just talking to him. I know, it's all right. He was slacking. He was slacking on Tuesday. I'm like, it's all right. I need you the next Tuesday with EXO. We need a little bit of help for that, man. Battery day tomorrow. Can't wait. Cedric just got the Circo 4K with the LTO 10 amp hour 6S battery for his CX1800 and 2L5, aka L7R15s. Man, that's going to be awesome. And he's got his 1800 at half ohm, man. Full tilt boogie in it. Can't wait, man. And how's that sodium battery? Is it holding on? Is it surviving? Is it surviving? You're the test dummy. Thank you, Jay, for tuning in. Appreciate ya. Justin's ready for the outro music. I'm about to start it. Looks like 2 Comp R12s. Damn fine subwoofies. Absolutely, man. You know, the CVRs, the Comp Rs, I feel like they are the staple of the mid-tier kicker. You know, like people are going to say, yeah, the one at Walmart's no good, see? But the Comp R, CVR, is one that people are like, man, this thing was the best back in the day. This is what my brother had. And they're still living today. And they're right in the middle, 500 RMS. Don't need a ton of power, can take a little bit more. And they do the trick, man. They do the trick. Thank you for tuning in, Justin. You know, oh man, I don't even know. Have you guys went live on a Monday in a while? I feel like I looked and I didn't see that you guys were live. Andy, you got mail. You got mail. You got mail. Email. Oh, I know where he's telling me I gotta look. I gotta look at it over here. Let me see if I refresh this thing. Let's see. There we go. Come on now. I don't see anything unless it's, let me see, recent. Nope, that's it. Okay, cool. August 2024. Okay, we're good. We're good. Where'd I get it at, BT? Box is awesome, man. That box was awesome. I'm not a brand guy personally. I'm all about finding specific gear for specific uses, but Stillwater has always been a leader in design and innovation. Absolutely, man. And, you know, being in my position, it's like, you know, obviously I'm going to tell you to run Kicker, but there's a lot of other stuff that does do, like, you know, similar stuff. And I feel like those have been the brands that were always like the big three: Kicker, JL, Alpine, big four, Rockford. Just like the big three, you know, whichever way you want to look at it, how many grounds you want. And, you know, I feel like some have steered different paths, and now there's newer brands out there. They're doing different things, but I feel like it's really hard, other than maybe, like, I would definitely consider Digital Designs, you know, a very close counterpart, you know, of just innovation and research and development, not just slapping something together. And, you know, sometimes all you need is something slapped together, and that's totally fine. And it always comes down to what you're trying to do. Thank you, CAE. Saying hello to Bobby B. All you guys on the green team are more like family to me, man. You know, that's the thing, man. Between this and, like, you know, the Discord after party, like actually talking to you guys, meeting you at Slamology, hanging out, drinking a couple Twisted Teas after the show. It is like family, man. It really is. Friends for life, literally. We found each other for loving car audio. I am running 240 amp JS alternator and 0 gauge wire and big 3 and putting out 14.3. So you got a 240 amp alternator, and, you know, where is your voltage readout? Is it up in the front of the car, or is it on the back battery or amplifier? That's something you always got to think about, because if you just look at like a cigarette lighter input or the front of your car, sometimes it's not always the case. And you might actually be dropping down to like 12s, 13s, but either way, it's good to have a readout regardless, even if it's up in the front. It's something. It's going to give you an idea. Donald Logan, thank you for tuning in. Friday. We are here. The weekend is coming. Caboose time. I know you guys are ready to go. I'm gonna let you guys go. Let me catch up. Choo. Okay, kicker TikToks. I'll take them. Annie, you might want another moderator admin. I know John is. He's just playing Mortal Kombat. I got another John. We could have two John. John squared. I mean, it is hip to be squared. I got another John, and maybe he would like to do that. 1,000 bottles of baby oil. Oh, come on, Blake. I wouldn't expect that from you. Any news on the new Q class? Nothing yet, other than the Comp Q, L7Q. I know it's in the works, but they haven't released anything yet. And from my understanding, you're going to find out first on the Kicker Facebook page. That's where you're going to find out first, and then the Kicker Unmasked page, and or me. As soon as they say something, I'm loose lips, man. I'm ready to go. These Oklahoma companies know how to do audio. But you look at that. I mean, I'm just looking at them. You know, there's a lot of other ones. Like I had a Sundown, the SAV2, for a few months, and it did what it was supposed to do, and it got really hot. I'm like, man, this thing isn't blown yet, and it took some power, and it did its job. You know, it was a woofer in my car, and sometimes all people need is just a woofer in their car, and they're like, well, I can buy some batteries. I know how to do this. I know how to do that. And amplifiers, I don't need any of the fancy stuff. Just give me power. And I need it cheap. And if it blows, whatever, I'll just replace it. But I know what I'm doing. And with Kicker stuff, yeah, you're paying for extra stuff, but they're making it dummy proof. Like I was driving, I took the quad, I'll keep this real quick. Took the quad box out to work last night, put the ladder on the roof and everything. And I wanted Nate to hear the quad box. I gave him a demo of the L7X Cookie Monster. I wanted to give him, you know, the big three. And we were bumping the whole time, and it's just like, you know, 45 minutes in, my amplifier started to kick off. One, and then the other one went. You know, it was like still playing on one, and then it went. And he's like, oh no, what happened? I'm like, oh, I'm good. The amps just got too hot. He's like, what? I'm like, yeah, they're just too hot. They didn't blow up. They're good. 5 minutes later, bing. One turned back on, bing, the other one turned back on. Did that 2 or 3 times on the way there. Just, I got to get more ventilation back there. I got the 360 with a fanny, but the 1800s have nothing, and they're getting way too hot. But still, dummy proof. I'm pushing that amplifier way too hard, over and over. A cheaper amplifier would have blown up. I'm sorry. It would have went. It would have kept going. It would not have went into thermal protect, and I would have been buying 2 new amplifiers. Now, for the same amount of power, maybe for like half the price. But then, you know, if I keep blowing them, am I saving money? What do I want to do? Oh, well, we might be able to get John squared. This is the other John here, Mr. Zakoza, to do a little bit of moderation during the chat. You know, just because the other John, he's been sleeping a lot. But we love John. We love both John. Oh, look at Tessa. Tessa's on TikTok. Thanks for tuning in. I'm still live. These guys want the caboose coming. I got to end it. Tessa, I'm sorry, but thank you for tuning in. Sorry, Keebs. I appreciate you, man. I'm tired, too. I'm going to keep it short because we got a birthday party to get ready to tomorrow morning. Employment and revenue generation is good. Baba. Hate having to work weekends, man. I'm sorry. That's one thing I got free, and I am forever thankful for it. Need is a strong word, Kyle. Just got to look at it. On that note, I love you guys. Have an awesome weekend. I will see everybody this Tuesday on the after show, the Unmasked after show. Make sure you tune in to Kicker. And they're going to have Harris from Term Lab, DB Drag on there again. And they're going to talk about efficiency and enclosures and stuff like that. So make sure you tune into that show and have an awesome weekend. And as always, stay living loud.
Okay. So we're kicking it with Andy, right? You know what that means. We living loud.
That woofer's moving. That woofer is moving. Thank you guys. Appreciate you. Brian, I tried finding it. I can't find it anywhere. And who is taking the caboose tonight? Kibo throwing the caboose, but here's some extra birthday cash for the little one. Thank you, Kibo.
I don't care what you say about kickers. This guy is a difference maker.
He did throw it in there, but he got the kicker kicking. And then Cornet's coming in there like, listen, man, I'm taking that caboose. I'm taking it. He said, no, Corny. No. Love you guys. Oh, Brian. Brian stole it. No. No, the camera's twitching. It's going everywhere. Oh, no. SDK. And it comes Big Daddy Caboose and sealing it. Oh, no. Baba! Baba wants it! Baba!